I have a Vipers shirt, but it's in the wash right now, so I had to bust this one out, all right? Look, I had an important event going on during the majority of this game, and so I only got to watch like the first quarter of it, but I did watch the highlights afterwards, and I think it's safe to say that as of week 1, the Vipers look like the worst team in the XFL. I mean, you can't really, you get 2 expansion football leagues in 2 years. You can't have both Florida teams be good, right? I mean, it just doesn't work like that. The Orlando Apollos were a dynasty led by Garrett Gilbert and Akeem Hunt. And look, that team was going to win the championship had it been held. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, we were just crushing everybody in our way. Well, except for Arizona, but fuck that. The Vipers, look, I was sus about the team when they got Aaron Murray. Because if you remember correctly, Aaron Murray played for the Atlanta Legends in the AAF, and the Legends were the worst team that season by far. I think they had like 1 win. Yeah, they were bad. And that was Aaron Murray leading that team. Also, I'm also familiar with Aaron Murray because he used to be the 3rd string for the Kansas City Chiefs. And when you're a 3rd string under Alex Smith, I mean, don't get me wrong, Alex Smith is an above average quarterback, but I mean, the dude's nowhere near elite. And when you're 3rd string under him, I mean, there's a reason he's not on an NFL squad right now. And there is a reason that Garrett Gilbert is, because one of the quarterbacks is actually good. So, straight up, this was the worst game in franchise history. The team acted like they've never won a game before. What's up with that, dude? Towards the end of the game, they benched Murray. Surprise, surprise. And they put Quentin Flowers in. And Quentin Flowers dropped some dimes. You know what I'm saying? He look better than Murray. So what I'm saying, I'm joining most Vipers fans in saying start Quentin Flowers next week. The Vipers lose 23-3 in the season opener in New York versus the Guardians. Look, for all we know, the Guardians could just be the best defensively run team in the XFL, and we just don't know because we've only seen 1 week of XFL football, right? Maybe the Vipers are actually one of the better teams, but they just ran into the best team, right? Look, there's a lot of speculation going on. So far, the XFL is way better than the AAF. The AAF was just poorly run. It was a quick startup league. I had never even fucking heard of it until the draft was going on. Come to my surprise, they had announced the league like less than a year before the first game. I mean, with the XFL, they gave it like 3 years time, right? Didn't they announce it in they announced it in 2018, that's right. So they gave it 2 years. 2 years before, that gave them plenty of time to set the whole thing up. Good for them. Vince McMahon is a lot more reputable than the fucking Carolina Hurricanes guy, right? I mean, who would you rather have run a football league? An owner of an ice hockey team or the owner of fucking WWE? I like Vince McMahon a lot better. I'm not going to go over the game, like plays and drives or whatever. I remember Aaron Murray. I remember watching one drive where he led the team downfield and he threw a stupid fucking pass in the end zone. Like, we were at the 3-yard line and he threw one right. Look, we had one receiver covered by 3 Guardians. 3. And he threw it right up. And usually you see these passes, but like towards the sideline, so it's impossible to pick. But no, he threw it way in the end zone where it was catchable by anybody. And what do you know? He got picked off because he's dog shit. And then not only that, I don't know who our kicker is, but our kicker missed a field goal. I mean, he made one, but he still missed one, right? The Vipers have never in their franchise history scored a touchdown, which is pretty embarrassing considering that this is a professional football team, right? The quality of play looks better than the AAF already. I love these new rules. I love the point after touchdown rule, right? Where after a touchdown, if you can get 1 point if you run a play at the 1-yard line. If you run a play and score from the 5-yard line, that's 2 points. And if you run a play and score from the 10-yard line, it's 3 points. So you can score 9 points on 1 touchdown. I like that. I also like the kickoffs. It's a new cool concept. The one downside of it, I would say, is you don't get the excitement of hoping that the receiver fumbles it right upon catching it, right? Because then he has time to actually pick it up and continue his run, unlike the NFL. But it's good for player safety because it was statistically proven that in the NFL, players most commonly get injured off the kickoff. So I don't know. I like the rules. I think they're unique, and I think it's good for the game of football. What I don't like is that you only need 1 foot in bounds for a completed catch. I don't like that because that's college shit, and I'm not really that much of a college fan. I like the NFL where it's actually professional, and you need that talent to get both feet in. I don't know. You know, aside from that, I like all the other rules and everything. So that's week 1 of this Vipers recap, ladies and gentlemen. Go Vipers. We play. God, I don't even know who we play next week. All I know is that it's not in Tampa. Tampa's first game is Raymond James. That's week 3. I'm going to probably go to that game regardless of how shit we look next week as well. Just because it'll be a fun experience. Look, tickets are cheap, and I'll be able to hang out with a few friends there, and we'll look, the purpose of going is just to have a fun time, and not to see a starter team win a game, you know. Yeah, with that being said, I'm out. Peace.